Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another Power Rangers Ninja Steel post-hiatus video. My effort to catch up on these things continues, with my goal being to get them all done before the off-season begins. Because if I don't, that's going to be kind of awkward to say the least. It's morphing time! Good, now freeze! Yes, today we're taking a look at the in-between, those moments when the morphing grid gives our heroes their amazing suits and powers. Those flashy lights and sound sequences that really are just for our benefit, since Instamorphs show us that the villains don't get to see them. Let's take a look at my top 10 Power Rangers morphing sequences. Number 10, Dino Thunder. This sequence doesn't wow me all that much, mainly because it's a little too fast for me, and the majority of the suit forms on while the Rangers have leapt high into the air. However, I have to admit, I really do like that huge backflip, and then when they land and pose in front of their Zords, I think that's cool too. The other thing I like about it is the whole lava and eruption aesthetic, which I think is really neat for a dinosaur season. Number 9, Dino Charge. Well, back-to-back dinosaur seasons to start this list. The Dino Charge morph is equal parts flashy and plain. Mostly just a black background, but the big yellow dinosaur symbol on the ground, and the dinosaur Zord head that flies around, and a big double chomp to put on the suit and the helmet. There's not really much to it, but it's not like that's a bad thing. Number 8, Turbo. It'd be hard for a morphing sequence that was made for a movie not to make this list, right? The thing that gets it onto the list for me is the helmet. I love how it slaps on in pieces, assembling kind of like a car, whereas most helmets just kind of smack on all at once. Funny little side note to this sequence, by the way, if you watch it carefully, each one of the morphs seems to have a little tiny error, such as, for example, Tommy's suit forming slightly down and to the right of where he's standing. And just to be clear, yes, I did consider the second team's morph a separate entry for consideration on this list. However, there's not that much to it. It's just lightning forming a suit on the Ranger's body with a black background. It almost feels like the first morphing sequence came from a combined movie and show budget, so when they had to make a second one, they just went as simple as they could. And I know I just said that simple is not necessarily bad, but this was really simple. Number 7, Lightspeed Rescue. The Goo Morph! I've always really liked this morph. I'm surprised that it didn't rank higher on the list. The Rangers unlock their morphers and throw out a big energy shield in front of them. They then move through that shield, which forms the suit around their bodies, the Umbrella Corporation style logo forming onto the chest. Then a communicator piece forms in front of their mouth, and the visor slides down. It's efficient, just like them. Number 6, Megaforce. Oh dear, here we go. The last time I defended Megaforce, some people did not take it too well. But I've got to say, I still like Megaforce's morph. After they get their suits, the Rangers leap into the sky, kind of just like Dino Thunder, actually, while the animal symbols that form their helmets fly in behind them. When the Rangers land, those animal symbols attach to the sides of their heads, forming into the helmets, and they are morphed. Yes, it's really simple, but I like the animal symbol part of the helmet and incorporating that into the morph, and the sky background, the back sky, adds a nice touch. Number 5, SPD. This is another one where there are pros and cons. The main thing I like about the SPD morph is how the energy forms onto the Rangers and forms their suits. It's not clean, it's kind of in bits and pieces, even all the way up to their helmets. This is another morph where the team jumps a long distance to transform, although they also seem to be on a moving platform that's going through a very technological tunnel, which, now that I think about it, kind of looks like the morphing grid from Operation Overdrive. And overall is a great fit for their season. Number 4, Zeo. A morph that was stronger than before. My favorite part of the Zeo morph is the grid. I love how the suits form onto the Ranger's body via this green computerized grid that overlays their bodies. I also really like how Tommy's is shown to be different and perhaps stronger. The other Ranger's suits form on via this kind of wave of energy. Tommy's suit kind of slaps on in sections, making it look stronger and more direct. Number 3, Wild Force. Yes, I know, this morph is a direct copy of the Gao Ranger morph. I still like it, what can I say? Green energy flowing past them as the Rangers strike their animal pose and then kind of burst into the suits. And then their Zord comes by and kind of bites their heads, forming the helmet. It's fun, it's energetic, all while not being too hectic. Well, we have very quickly reached the final 2. Who wins in a battle of wizards versus samurai? Well, when it comes to morphing into Power Rangers... Number 2, Mystic Force. This, to me, is the right way to do motion in a morphing sequence. The Rangers strike a pose representing their mystical creature. They then leap into the air, going through a spell seal that forms their suit. They then land with magical energy forming clockwise around their heads to form a helmet. It's flashy, it doesn't move too much, but it moves just enough. It has those good magical special effects. Good stuff. Number 1, Samurai. Samurai was the first Power Rangers series to be shot entirely in HD, and it definitely shows in this gorgeous morph. One thing I love is how the suits are formed from these little tiny kanjis, which is probably only possible with the added detail of HD. The Rangers spin as the suit forms, which is some nice motion without moving around too much. And then the main kanji forms over the face, creating a helmet while also reinforcing that their visors are representation of those kanjis. It's pretty, it feels strong, it flows well. It's number 1. But let's see what morph you liked best in the viewer's choice. Well, this certainly is a first. So I'm not really sure why, but my Breath of the Wild video really isn't getting much play. So not many people saw it, so not many people voted. And the 6 of you who did had 6 different choices. So instead of a first, second, and third, we have a 6-way tie for first. So equal congratulations to Time Force, Dino Charge, SPD, Operation Overdrive, RPM, and Dino Thunder. And thank you for the votes. Considering that none of the 6 voters voted more for their particular season than the other, we don't really have a way to pick a viewer's choice this week. So instead, I'm going to throw in a little disclaimer. If you happen to see your favorite YouTuber requesting that you watch a playlist of their videos to get the views up high enough to have their monetization reviewed, make sure that that's something that you do. I don't really need to do that because YouTube doesn't support my income, at least not yet. I'm hoping it will one day. But that's something that's very important to the people who are asking you to do it, to get those videos up to 1,000 views so they can be reviewed. So if you have a little time, or even if you don't, just load up the playlist and let it play so those people can get those videos reviewed and hopefully get their monetization back. Coming up next time is a video that I get asked about from time to time, but I only do it once a year, though I still consider it really important. It is time to talk about not Power Rangers, not video games, not comic books, not even sports. It's time to talk about me, and in particular, Orange Ranger videos. Next time, I'll give you my update on the state of the channel. That's going to do it for another Power Rangers Ninja Steel post-hiatus video. Thank you folks so much as always for watching. Make sure to like the video by clicking the like button right down below. In the comments below, let me know what you thought about my list. And make sure you subscribe to the channel to see all of my videos, and also ring that bell and set up your notifications so you get notified of whenever I post brand new videos like this one. And I am still going to ask for the moment that in lieu of donations to my channel, you find a reputable South Florida charity, or if you're comfortable donating to the Red Cross or any national organizations like that, to help support Hurricane Irma relief. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. Post-hiatus video. Another thing that I like about it is yeah. And this main, and the big part, there's really not much going on there at all. It's kind of like the first... It almost feels like the first morph was a combined... even up to their helmets. It's fun. It's energetic. Oh, God. It's fun. It's energetic. I did it again. Energetic. Well, when it comes into Coming up next time is a video that I get asked about a good bit, actually, but I only do it once a year.